Let's talk about a theology of stuff. Hi everybody, I'm Reverend Jim Keat, the digital minister at the Riverside Church, and this is The Word Made Fresh, the weekly video Bible study sermon prep resource where you can borrow ideas for your sermon or your Bible study, or just because you're a Bible geek who likes to know more about the Bible. Talk about upcoming lectionary passages, liturgical themes, all that stuff. This week, we're talking about the gospel passage, Luke chapter 12, verses 13 to 21. It's great, fantastic, as it tends to be, but there's one particular line that struck me and got me thinking about a video I made previously. Okay, first, the line. It's verse 15. It says, "Be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist of an abundance of possessions." Oh, isn't that just... I mean, we all memorize John 3:16 and all that stuff, but Luke 12:15, one's life does not consist of an abundance of possessions. So this got me thinking about a video I made a few years back for a different project, and the video is called A Theology of Stuff, and I figured we would watch it. So let's go hang out with Jim from 2019. Wow, life before the pandemic. What was that like? Well, here we go. Let's talk about stuff, specifically our relationship with it. I'm convinced that most of us, at least in this Western culture, have this cycle we find ourselves in, whether we know it or not, of wanting and getting and having and keeping. Here's what I mean. We spend a lot of time wanting something, like the new iPhone or whatever the newest shiny toy that just came out is, and then we focus all our energy on how we're going to get it. What do we need to do? What sort of saving or extra income or any kinds of things to get that thing that we want. And then the moment finally arrives where we have it. We finally go and we give them whatever credit card or cash or, I don't know, however you barter for things in your world, you have the thing. And then you gotta keep it. You gotta find a place for it. You stash it in a pocket or in a corner or in a cupboard, and it lives somewhere. And then before you know it, the cycle continues. And actually the cycle is overlapping, and we're doing all of them all the time. We're always wanting, we're always getting, we're always having, and we're always keeping. And as a result, we have a lot of stuff. Do you ever feel like you have a lot of stuff? Now, there's this passage in the Bible in 1 Timothy chapter 6 where it's a phrase you probably heard or misheard. It says, "The love of money is the root of all evil." People often think it says money is the root of all evil, but it actually says the love of money is the root of all evil. Here's what I think that means. This cycle we're caught in, where we love these things, where we get so fixated on the object, the wanting, the getting, the having, the keeping, that's the root of all evil. We want all the money so we can have all the power and all the things that come with it, and then we just fill our lives with stuff. And we love our stuff more than perhaps what it is we're here to do. That's where I think the evil part comes in. Evil is when you misalign what you're supposed to be focused on with all these selfish, greedy gains. So let's go take a walk and talk a bit more about this. Here we go. You see, I think there's a spirituality to simplicity, to cutting out the clutter and only keeping what's essential, what really serves the best possible purpose for who you're called to be, maybe who God has made you to be in this world. It's easy to get bogged down by so many extra and unnecessary things. Talk about church sometimes, let alone our lives, that we miss the point. We just kind of get so focused, again, on that cycle of wanting and having and getting and keeping. We get caught up on things, the love of things is the root of all evil, that we miss out on maybe what it is we're supposed to be doing. I really like what Thoreau did when he went to the woods, Henry David Thoreau, which I know is a slightly problematic narrative if you read the full context. Maybe we'll do a whole theology of Thoreau video sometime. But he has that one iconic line which rings so true to what we're talking about right now. "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach." Oh, what a great line. Because what really matters anyway? All of the stuff that we collect, or living lives of love and justice, of creativity and compassion? I think it's that one. I don't think it's the stuff. I think it gets in the way. The love of stuff is the root of all evil. Go to the woods to see what is essential. Step away from your stuff to see who you are when you're not owned by your possessions. Now, the Bible talks about idolatry. In fact, it's the first commandment in, the 10 Commandments. You've probably heard of those. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's idolatry, putting anything before God. And I think that's really what holds all of this together. Love of money, love of stuff is the root of all evil. Go into the woods to see what's essential. When you are focused on money, on things, on stuff, on the wanting, getting, having, keeping, you're putting something before God, or before the work of God in the world, before the work that God is calling you to do. You're loving stuff more than loving God. For the love of God and neighbor, for the love of the planet and the poor, for the love of creativity and compassion, for the love of love and justice. That's what you're called to do. What is it that's filling your life? Chances are, if you're like most of us in this Western world, it's stuff. I mean, I got some stuff right here. What do you need to let go of? Maybe just take a look, and you might realize that the things you own actually own you, and they might be holding you back from loving the world the way that this world needs. What is it that you're called to? It's more than wanting and getting and having and keeping. It's more than stuff. For the love of all of this. All right, I'm gonna go find my phone, and I'll see you later. Found it. So, what'd you think? Thoughts, questions, comments? Put them in a comment below. The whole typity type enter thing where we talk to each other on the internet. Yeah, let's do it. Share your reflections. What's your theology of stuff? What are your thoughts on this particular passage from Luke? And we'll talk again next week for more of this. See you then. Bye.